Hi everyone, and welcome once again to Cooking with the RN here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be making some potato salad, and I'm also going to be making some pork sausage, sweet Italian pork sausage with some pasta sauce. And that is just to kind of get ready for the work week. And you know, you can pattern your life that way if you'd like, in terms of prepping your food and whatnot. So I already have some water boiling here, or almost at a boil. I got 2 eggs in the saucepan here, and I'm gonna just peel my potatoes to go with the potato salad. So you know, you want to kind of get your things ready, have your potatoes ready, have your onions ready. Obviously you want to have your mayo ready so that you can make your potato salad. I don't know, when I come home from work, I like to be able to have a little potato salad to go with my food. If I'm at work for 12 hours as a nurse, as you know, I'm a nurse in Philadelphia. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but you want to have something to eat when you get home from work. And obviously these days it's not that easy to go and get anything real quick from the store that's already prepared, because there's a whole big process with that nowadays. I mean, I always have food prepared in my fridge, things that I can eat, you know, in terms of something that I think is healthy and something that I can control the ingredients that I put in it. So that's why I say it's always good to think ahead and meal prep, so that you know you have food to take to work with you, food to eat when you get home from work. That way you're not scrambling to find something to eat. Alright, so I have my potato peeled, and I'm just gonna wash it real quick. And now that it's peeled, I don't know if I took all the brown stuff off the potato, but I think I did a pretty decent job. And now I'm just gonna slice up my potato to add it to the water that's starting to boil here. So I cut up my potato pretty small, nothing too big, because it cooks quickly. And the eggs themselves are already going, but just start cutting up in a couple of little slices here and get that ready for the pot. So let's see, I already cut it lengthwise, I think. Let's see, I should have had a bigger cutting board, but that's okay. Alright, so half of the potato is cut, and let me get started at putting that in the pot. You see the water boiling nicely here. Things are ready to go. Whoops. The other pot I have up front is just so I can make my meat. Alright, so let's finish cutting up this potato, and I will put that all in the pot. I love potato salad. It's one of my favorites to eat, and I definitely look forward to eating it all the time. Potato salad is not necessarily healthy because of all the mayo and all that, but it tastes so good, doesn't it? Alright, so my eggs as well as my potatoes are boiling back there. Let me put a little salt in the water. And I got my kettle going back there too. Put a little salt in the water, maybe about a teaspoon of salt to go with the potato that's boiling. And just cover that up, and that should be cooked. Should take about 10 minutes to cook that. Alright. Now, the potato salad, I have some peas and carrots here that I'm going to add to my potato salad. I've got my onion here that I'm going to add to the potato salad. So now I'm going to start working on my sweet Italian pork sausage. And let me get this stove going up front here. And first of all, I'm just going to pour a little bit of salt in there. Oil. That's oil, not salt. Alright, and the onion, I'm going to start cutting up my onion. Not too much thickness to the onion. I myself don't necessarily like the crunch of onion all that much, so I just like to cut up my onion smaller. And then cut up the other one, nice and small. Same thing for this one over here. Alright, so I've got my onion sliced up. Put that in here with my oil that's heating up. And I'm gonna get some pepper ready too. Green pepper. That always makes things look pretty. Adds a little color to the food. Get these seeds out of there. And slice up the remainder of this yellow pepper that I had from before. See if I can get all them seeds out of there. Clean that up good. And I suppose I should rinse this out a little bit. Just a little pepper to add a little color to the food, to the sausage. So let me slice up my pepper. And unlike the onion, I don't think I need to cut the pepper too small. Otherwise you're going to have somewhat of a soup going there. Let me cover up the onion. As you can see, my eggs and potato are boiling nicely at the back there. And while that's happening, I'm going to cut up my pepper. You know, the green pepper adds a good color to the sauce, you'll see. All right, so I'll move that forward. All right, my sausage. Let me open my sausage. I will get another cutting board. So I may not need the cutting board, but I just want to have it just in case. All right, so my sausage, as you see, I didn't have to make the sausage. It was already made for me. So this is a sweet pork sausage that I got from the store, and I'm going to run a little water over it. Just because it's always good to wash up your meat a little bit, okay? So now that that's been washed off, I'm just going to put it in my pan. You can hear the sizzling of the onion. Just going to put my sausage in the oil so that it can start cooking. Nice whole sausage. So this is all garbage. So I will put the peel from the potato in here and I'll throw this out. This is going in the trash. And I'm just going to wash my hands with a little bit of soap right now. Just to keep my hands clean. Now, meanwhile, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you share it with your friends on social media and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel right there on the bottom right side of your screen. So the pork sausage, it probably has some salt in it already. I forgot to look at the package, but I'll have to taste. Now I know that this sauce here, it's made of tomato puree, it says, sugar, salt. So if I need to add salt, I will, but I don't know if I will need to. So let me just get this going here. I'm just going to stir it up with this spatula. By the way, when you read the ingredients on a label, remember that the first ingredient is the most abundant ingredient in a package. The law is that whatever ingredients you put on a food label, the first ingredient is the most prominent. So in this case, it's tomato puree. So it's reasonably healthy. And then the second one is diced tomatoes. And then it says here tomato. It also has citric acid in the diced tomatoes. It has, what else? Sugar, salt, roasted garlic. Anyway, doesn't have anything in it that would hopefully not kill them. Alright? So let me just stir this up, get the onions to reduce a bit. Meanwhile, I should check on my potatoes at the back because, like I said, potatoes cook very quickly. So let me just take a quick look, and I will take maybe one piece of potato out to see how it's doing, and it doesn't appear to be all that soft. So actually, as I remember, I'm going to take my peas and carrots. It's actually peas, carrots, and something else in there, corn. Just going to add some of that in there. Of course, that just kind of stops the boiling process right away because these are frozen, but that's okay. It'll kick back up in a little while. So, if I was cooking to actually eat dinner or lunch or whatever, what I would be doing right now is getting my pot going to have my pasta, right? So if I was going to be making pasta, I would have the pot of water boiling over on the side, and then I would get the pasta going so that the pasta would be boiling, right? But this I'm only cooking to prep. So after I'm done cooking this, I'm not planning on eating it. Not right away. I'm gonna put it in Tupperware bowls and put it in the fridge so that I can either take it to work or I can, heat it up after work. Because when you come home from working 12 hours as a nurse, it is hard to cook anything. So the meat is pretty much almost cooked. Now this is what I like to do when it comes to sausage. So while the meat is cooking, I like to actually take it out and cut it up because the sausage is kind of big and I don't want to have to cut it up, after it's cooked. So it's kind of half cooked. So what I'm doing is just sort of taking them out one by one and cutting them in half. Sometimes you can wait a little longer to do this. I just chose to do it at this time. So let me put it back in the pan. And yeah, I'm just going to cut them each up. Because really and truly, I find that only one sausage is what I need for when I'm eating. When I'm eating my dinner. One whole sausage is enough. It's not good to have too much meat in your diet. But meat is delicious though, isn't it? So let me just cut this up and slice. Alright. The pan is making a nice sizzling sound. Beautiful. And I'll cut this last sausage in half. Alright. I wonder what they use to make the sausage. Because this sausage is pork, and the actual container that the sausage ground meat is in, I think it's intestines. But don't quote me on that. Should be intestines. I can't imagine what else it would be. It's like a sock over the ground meat. Alright, so this here is roasted garlic. So I don't like to waste any of it, so I turn it upside down, I let it sit there for a bit, and then you'll see what I do. Alright, so I'm just going to let the onions and the sauce and the sausage marinate and get to know each other. And I'm going to check on my potato salad. My potatoes back there, rather. So the carrots and the string beans and the peas that are cooking, they cook nicely. And this is one piece of potato. Alright. So the potato is all set. So now what I need to do is drain the potato. Because although the potato is cooked, the egg isn't. So I'm going to drain out the potato using my colander. Unfortunately, my colander is hiding underneath all these dishes here. So I have to get that out. There it is. Alright, let me drain the potato in there. Just gonna pour pour the hot water into the drain colander. And this pot that I just drained the hot water in, I'm going to put it right back on the stove. Finish pouring this out. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the eggs and put the eggs back in the hot water because the eggs still have to cook. Put the eggs back in there, they have to finish cooking. So I'm going to cover the eggs and boil them. Alright? Meanwhile, in the front, my ground turkey is simmering nicely. And what I'm going to do now is add the pepper to the sauce, because this should be ready in just a matter of a couple of minutes. So I'm going to just season, or rather stir this around a bit. I don't want to add salt because, like I said, on the bottle it said that this sauce has salt in it already. And see, when you uncover the bottle that was upside down, there's a lot of sauce that comes out of there. So let me just put that here. Alright, so as my sauce and meat are finishing up, what I'm going to do is turn down the stove back there a little bit under for the egg. And now I'm going to start making my potato salad. This is properly drained. Get all the water out. Make sure that I get all my peas and carrots and my string beans out of the colander. It's always good to rinse your colander out right away because, you know, if you don't, sometimes the stuff gets really hard on the colander itself. Now, my sauce, I'm just going to turn it down because all I want it to do now is kind of simmer and love itself. Alright, so the potatoes are cooked and the potatoes are with the peas and carrots and corn and string beans. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt in the whole mixture for the potato salad, not much salt. And also my onion here. I like to grate my onion directly into the potato salad mix. I put onion. Everyone has something that they like to put into their potato salad. So just the onion gives it a nice tanginess. And I have the mayo, but I'm gonna add something else to it. I have, I think I have it here. Aha! In the fridge, I have some relish. So I'm gonna add a teaspoon of relish to this. Not much. And so I pretty much have all the ingredients that the potato salad will need, except for the egg. So I'm just gonna mix that up a little bit here. And the egg is coming. What I'll do when I peel the eggs, I will add the eggs and the mayo. Alright? This here, my friends, I believe is done. So let me check on it. The sausage simmering. Yeah, you don't want to cook the vegetables too much. All I want to do now is just test. Yeah, this actually is pretty good. And what I'm gonna put some of the sausage on a plate. Put a sausage on the plate. Let's see here. Sausage on a plate, and then just cut a little piece and taste it. Cut one little piece, taste it, and see if I like it. Oh yeah, it's definitely nice and sweet. So I know that my pasta, my sausage and tomato sauce and pepper, that's all done. I'll just let it simmer for a second more. And my eggs, I'm gonna turn the eggs off, and I'm gonna get something ready for the eggs. Cold water. So I fill a glass with cold water, and I put my eggs in there. That way the egg stops cooking right away. Put the eggs right here in the cold water. Hot water is off. My sausage is still on simmer. Alright, so what I'm going to start doing is the mayo. So let me just get a spoon, and I will put my mayo right here. Put my mayo, 2 spoons, 2.5 spoons, 2.5 spoons of mayo, and get that ready. Start to just sort of stir that, get that going, and I like to add a little bit of garlic powder in my potato salad. All right, so the eggs are shocked cold, hopefully. And what I'm going to do now is just peel the eggs. So get them out of there and just peel them. So yeah, one thing about eggs take about 10-15 minutes to cook properly, in my opinion. Some people say, oh, I can never get the eggs to boil quickly, to boil well, because you don't let them cook enough. So eggs should be about 10-15 minutes, okay? And when in doubt, just give it a little more time. What do you have to lose? Nothing worse than opening a boiled egg and finding that it's not quite boiled. Then you have a running egg that's supposed to be solid. And with eggs, you see it's still quite hot in there. You can see the steam coming out of there. I just take the yolk out because I don't like the yolk in my potato salad. So everybody has their preference. So I'm taking the yolk out, and boom, boom, boom. Cut the eggs in little pieces. And that's it, man. You have your potato salad right there. Very easy meal to make, in my opinion. But I've had plenty of practice. But you can try that out, and you know, like I say, if you like what you see, share it. Share it with your friends on the internet. Share Cooking with the RN. Let me turn off the burner here. Alright, so I'm just going to mix this up, and I'm trying to turn it so that you can see how the potato salad is coming out. I think that's good. It's looking halfway decent. There you have your potato salad. So you have your potato salad, and you have your tomato sauce with the sweet sausage, and then you have your potato salad. So like I say, I'm not going to eat this today, but, well, I will taste the potato salad on my little plate here. So I've got my little plate. Taste the potato salad. Oh, it's fighting me. I've got my piece of sausage here. Alright. I'm happy. Thank you once again for watching Cooking with the RN. Make sure you share this with your friends on the internet, and subscribe to my YouTube. Thank you so much.